guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, and I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so fucking bad. But you told me that your license, you just got your license back. I ain't gonna get your license.
I seen one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those
With Gunna releasing his new album titled The Last Wun, it made Young Thug crash out on IG Live. But sadly, this goes against his probation agreement, which will result in him being arrested.
I ain't even talk about these fake guys and fake houses with these pools. You can get put out of in the next 2-3 years and all that cheese. We ain't even gonna talk about none of that. Like, that is the topic of, I guess. Yeah, your spot out right now. You gonna put it on Instagram. I bet you put it on Instagram at your house out. On God, you blocked from your page. I'm following your. I'm on your from my fake page. Can't about to black me. I still see it. You post a picture. That ain't me on that picture. Lane green. The whole world been thinking that too, man. I'm finna say gonna say something about that, man. That ain't me with that skirt on that with that hat. Man say he got more hits than me and Kendrick. Bro, your ain't got more hits than Kendrick, and you ain't damn sure ain't got more hits or anthems than me. You hard. Why you tripping? And I ride past your house for sale sign up. Now you done went and took your whole money and put down on that goddamn house out there, man, and you couldn't finish paying it off. Now the lady that came took her shit back. Now your stupid gotta sell it.
As Gunna would then respond to Young Thug by tweeting out his newest album saying The Last Wun, resulting in Young Thug replying again saying, "Nobody wanna hear that stuff." Now this rubbed Gunna the wrong way. He would then post on his IG story before deleting, "Just be quiet, bro. I don't mess with you no more. You unfollowed me because you ain't on the album." As the name The Last Wun for the album title is because this is Gunna's last album to finish out his contract with YSL, Young Thug's label. DJ Academics would even break down exactly what happened between the two, which resulted in Gunna removing his YSL tattoo, symbolizing the end of his record deal.
Gunna's plan, I'm telling you this is a fact. He always thought Thug would be free, but he thought that once Thug got his freedom and didn't get all those years, granted, I think he got let out maybe a year and a half before Thug. He thought Thug would forgive him. Thug would be like, "All right, bro, yeah, you right. Like, what they caught you up on wasn't really, it's all good. You're my mans. You're still." Thug is not letting it go. So Gunna at that point realizes not only is Thug free, there's no place for me on YSL anymore. And there's no love and there's no more returning to that friendship. Gunna always wanted to get back together. Thug never wanted to. And now Gunna has accepted that. What happened is that Gunna had a YSL tattoo. He's now covered it up. You see some flames. This is the new fit Gunna. He's covered up YSL, the snake, and also the word YSL.
Now this resulted in thousands of fans spamming Young Thug to just forgive Gunna for what he did, which made him laugh in the studio that night. He would show on Instagram that he's just fine, but this also came with one large issue.
P, that's some pounds, P.
Go pound for that bag.
In that bag. Go ahead.
As this was a big mistake for Young Thug, and allow me to explain. The Atlanta DA submitted paperwork trying to revoke Young Thug's probation agreement due to the lyrics in his song Money on Money. But he also dissed a woman police officer that is close with the Atlanta DA, who is allegedly the same officer Gunna made his plea deal with.
What Young Thug did to have and this is how you know this 4 p.m. is real. Young Thug posted the woman. This is Marissa Vivierdo. He said, biggest liar in the DA office. He posted her, okay? And then he also reposted, all my homies hate Vivierdo. Now, this is someone who is a officer of the law. This is someone who is a government official. When you do that and you're under probation, the government is going to be like, oh, are you sending a smoke signal that people should hurt this woman? That's why they're doing a motion to revoke his shit. Why did he do this? Because she's testifying in the OMF case, and she's basically saying, yo, OMF and 4PF, Lil Baby and them, they're beefing and is dying, and indictment's finna come down.
Due to this, the news wrote, the state of Georgia has filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation and send him back to jail. They're gonna use all of his recent lyrics against him, as well as the posts made to Gunna. In Young Thug's song Money on Money, he raps, these guys telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends, as Gunna would speak about it during his first interview from being released.
I just like to help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah. I know everybody wonder that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
After the interview went viral online, it resulted in Young Thug tweeting, if you're a rapper and you rat, you just gotta go gospel. This went viral because of one person's reply. They tweeted back to Young Thug, you are literally not even legally allowed to rap about gangster stuff anymore. You go do gospel. This gathered 100,000 likes as well as 3 million views. But unfortunately, with how viral it went, it got the police's attention. As DJ Academics would speak on it, when the news wrote, Academics speaks on Young Thug getting released and says the stipulations are a setup for the court to put Young Thug back into jail, explaining on Thug's probation agreement is literally set up for him to fail, and if he does so, he'll go to prison for 20 years and can't even defend himself.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or gang members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. Well, he's always gonna talk about him and his is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about the game. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see this was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody know Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
But everything went crazy online after the real reason why Young Thug continues to diss Gunna was revealed. You tell me if it's justified. As the news wrote, Whack 100 says he has 2 hours of footage of Gunna telling on Young Thug in an interrogation room, making many believe the feds are now getting ready again for a YSL case, but this time using new evidence against Thug.
Hey Gunna, listen, I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah, guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
As Charleston White would even confirm the new snitching evidence, saying that he read the court files and he admires Gunna for snitching to get out of the YSL case.
Gunna is out of prison. I never thought I would be happy to say y'all, Gunna is out of prison. Now, I'm glad he got out by telling. I think that was smart, Gunna. I'm a Gunna fan now. I'm gonna tell.
Where Charleston would then even later explain he would have done the exact same thing that Gunna did.
I wouldn't say what Gunna did was a snitch, because Gunna's not a he made a confession.
Where Charleston White would then even share the new Fed files of all of the unused evidence against Young Thug, including a new file that was just shared with the court system in Atlanta of all of the probation violation evidence that Young Thug has committed. I'm about to share it all as it could result in Young Thug going back to jail, and let me explain. In the police records, they stated 1 week into Young Thug being free, he tweeted, "Wham, let's drop one on these rats," with the name Wham referring to rapper rapper Lil Baby, who's been firm on dissing Gunna for snitching out of the YSL trial early. Lil Baby responded to Young Thug saying, "We should." The following day, Thug tweeted, "Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you," which got the attention of Gunna and his brother. Gunna's brother tweeted, "Trust and believe the feeling is mutual." Later on that night, Young Thug linked up with T.I., posting on Instagram where Thug clearly says that he is home and that he did it the right way, sneak dissing Gunna again.
Hey man, what you gotta tell these people? Back. Back, Jack. You feel me? You did. Hey man, ain't no cap in it. No cap in my rap. You feel what I'm saying? The right way. It's time. The right way, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Right way. Yeah, that way. Yeah. And go tell that.
Where Young Thug is letting Gunna know that he did it the right way out. T.I. even agreed, emphasizing that Thug did it the right way. Fans would then start spamming Young Thug to stop trolling and dissing Gunna, as it won't legally end well for him, but this is where everything turned for the worst. Academics would just so happen to get information that Young Thug was making several calls with rappers while he was in jail, where Young Thug was telling all rappers to avoid Gunna.
The streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers that just won't call their names. Just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not fucking with Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. Ain't like you're trying to really like jump and work with Gunna, but...
Which raises the question of who would randomly leak this to academics an entire year after Young Thug is released from jail. Fans believe that it was Young Thug wanting that information out to the public, but legally couldn't say it himself, so he had DJ Academics reveal it for him. So with Young Thug doing continuous disses and trolling against Gunna, breaking his probation, Gunna would then finally respond, but he did it through his lawyer, where his lawyer would write, "I was Gunna's attorney, but I am not speaking on his behalf. This long post is solely to set out the truth that Gunna did not cooperate. He did nothing and said nothing to affect Young Thug's case."
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in front.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrant and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
He spent 8 months in jail. He was released in December 2022 after entering an Alford plea. Gunna's plea deal was not and could not be used at Thug's trial. He was never even named as a witness, where he received a 5-year suspended sentence with no reporting, no travel restrictions, no living restrictions, and no probation. Over the last 2 years, from media reports, Gunna has performed all around the world. He achieved international fame and recognition and earned millions of dollars. Conversely, Young Thug went to trial and eventually pled guilty in Nolo after spending 30 months in jail. He received 15 years probation with reporting conditions and is not even allowed to live in Atlanta. Those that have and continue to badmouth Gunna, get over it, enough said. This resulted in Tekashi 6ix9ine giving his 2 cents, seeing as he also snitched in his case.
He just incriminated, implicated YSL being so now he's home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying, I'm a record label.
Making it very obvious that Gunna wants the snitching label to just get off of his name. But this is then when the world stood still, as the actual long-term effect to Gunna making his plea deal came to light. A tweet went viral reading, "Once you'll learn the effects of Gunna snitching in that YSL trial, then you'll realize why Young Thug and Lil Baby will never be cool with him again. Go learn, as I can teach you it right now." The Atlanta police just wrote, "The head of Georgia's PD Council's gang unit says his office is preparing to defend against a potential 4PF RICO," as the official paperwork name drops Lil Baby. But what's even scarier is, at the court hearing in Atlanta, it was announced investigator Viverierdo is on the stand. "We are listening to wiretap calls. Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's head. This means that Lil Baby placed money to have people dealt with, just like Lil Durk's M for Hire."
Like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. They got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on
these people, we know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders?
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested? And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
This would even get the attention of Snoop Dogg, who tweeted, "First Young Thug and now Lil Baby is being played by that Atlanta DA. Y'all Atlanta rappers be careful," as even DJ Academics was finally able to reveal everything, as the police are giving a massive warning to Fort PF on a new RICO case.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were going to get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay. We got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. You doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county state watch.
As the Atlanta police have Lil Baby exactly where they want him. As they wrote, the Atlanta Police Department is calling out Lil Baby, saying his actions led to the passing of 2 individuals last summer. During a press conference on Wednesday, the Atlanta PD announced 7 arrests have been made in connection to the passing of Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman. Major Ralph stated the incidents were a part of an issue at one of Lil Baby's music videos last May, where 3 people were then injured.
The investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence was orchestrated by adults in our city, and cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
As Lil Baby recorded a music video on an ops block outside of a taco shop, as the lady who runs the taco stand posted to her Facebook that Lil Baby was at her taco stand 3 cars deep recording a music video.
Where y'all at? We over here kicking it. We got Lil Baby shooting a video around here. We know how we do it at Slapping Taco. Baby, there he go, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up. Cause you already know how we doing this Slapping Tacos, baby.
As according to police, the ops weren't even aware Lil Baby was there. It was her Facebook video that got the attention, making them pull up with firearms and clearing the scene. Knowing the feds are now breathing down Lil Baby's back, he would then just do the worst thing imaginable. As it was announced, Lil Baby reveals that he ended his record label 4PF to avoid it being labeled as a street team while being investigated.
First 4 pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because the shit that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't. Right. Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
Which makes him look 10 times more suspicious to the police. But this also resulted in a viral tweet reading, "The Atlanta DA wasn't successful getting Young Thug. Watch, she will now target Lil Baby and use him as an example for the rest of the rappers supplying teams with fame, money, and items for street crimes." All meanwhile, Gunna isn't on one police radar, even though he came up with Lil Baby and Young Thug. But comment down below if you believe Gunna's plea deal resulted in Lil Baby's new RICO issues, as well as Young Thug's probation violation. And leave a like on the video if you're a fan of any three of the rappers.